Let's go. Fede, ngihlangane no ka ubani leyana lekushuthayo.
Ngabongani.
Sure,
Yeah.
injili ukuthi uka usabile he lived, so we gotta drop a video. I'm like, cool.
Yeah, dog, it's fine. Guys, Purple Plum must pay us money. Let's go. I'm ready, man. I'm ready. Let's get it. We're like, it's a call episode. I'm a drink half. Things people say. Yeah. It's recording. Oh, okay. Hey, what up, guys? It's your host with but it's your boy Macaset Makasana. And we're back yet again with another episode of Y2KAY. I am not alone, even though I am not completed today. I am not alone. I'm on my boy.
Yeah. Type. It's Tyse, the boy. Enticement. Bringing nothing but enticement to the show.
Wow,
enticing the audience of Y2KAY podcast.
Can you please tell people what we're talking about today?
Alright, so the topic of the day today is self-discovery, like self-awareness.
Your
identity. Your identity.
Not your ID, your identity. Where you're going in life, you know what I'm saying?
Brand.
Man.
No, I'm kidding.
We're not there.
Yeah.
Today we're gonna talk about self-discovery and identity.
Yeah.
The impact of. Let's start with something excuse me. So let's start with something that is commonly misused in so many manners, which is social media.
Yeah.
Social media is one thing that is so misused in our current time. No.
And one thing about social media is actually very powerful, bro.
It's powerful, people.
But only if it's used in the right way.
Yeah.
So
I feel like sometimes it also would be wrong for a person to misutilize such a powerful tool. Because even Spider-Man said, with great responsibility, with great power comes great responsibility. So okay. Hey, Spider-Man. Okay. So we're gonna talk about self-perception, man. How do you think social media helps you perceive yourself negatively? What do you think about that? How do you think that happens?
One thing I've realized, there was a time where I'd be seeing like bros on social media. Obviously, social media bros, not drip.
Yeah, man.
Not shoes, Jordan 4s. That nice lifestyle, you feel.
Yeah.
Then I'd be like, okay, so when am I actually gonna have these? When am I getting here? Not understanding that. They actually, I don't know what they did to have those stuff.
Yeah.
Not understanding that I have my time too. You feel me?
Yeah.
My time is coming too.
For
and
sure.
That's something I gotta understand. You feel?
For sure.
So yeah, bro.
I support that in a sense. You know what I'm saying? And I think you know what's going on with social media.
Yeah.
There's a saying that goes, "Do not envy what somebody else has because you don't know what they did to have that."
Yeah.
So if you're going to envy something that I have, you don't know what I had to do or go through in order for me to actually like get that.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's more or less like just work hard and get what you can for yourself.
Real, bro, and just appreciate what you have at the moment.
Yeah,
bro.
at the moment in time, bruh.
So
appreciate what you got, bruh.
Anytime one person in the audience watching right now, if you feel like I don't feel worthy just because I don't have this and that.
Yeah.
Remember, bro, like your time is coming.
Yeah, and I also think it's not a matter of what you have now. It's what you can possibly attain.
Yeah.
You have to attain a lot. You have to get to a place. Sometimes I feel like social media also poses a negative and unreal expectation upon us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it makes you think that if I don't have this, if I don't have this, if I don't have this, I'm going nowhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's wrong, you know. And I feel like it also feeds into societal expectations.
Yeah.
Like some girls would be like, they won't date a guy if he doesn't have this. They won't date a guy if he doesn't have this. And I feel like that negatively impacts guys. Like, what's your take on that, bro?
Bro, I mean, you have the area we live in, right? There are certain stereotypes that live within the area, and which is one you just mentioned right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so with that, like what you just mentioned,
yeah.
People will, like, you'll approach a hand, she'll be like, nah, I can't date you because you are this type of guy, you listen to this type of music and whatnot.
Yeah.
Not realizing that every person is unique in their own way.
Yeah, man.
So like finding someone who's as unique as you are, that person should be like, this person is different from everyone. And instead of being like, no, I'm pushing you away, you're not like this, they should be taking you in for the uniqueness you have.
Yeah.
You feel?
You know, and I also think societal expectations have really thrown a trap at us. You know, they've created things that really don't exist.
How so, my brother? Explain.
Like, there are things that you could have that guy who can afford you a nice lifestyle. You can have that guy who can buy you your favorite car and whatnot. And that guy doesn't make you happy.
Yeah.
And just because you are living up to a certain standard and you want to fit in with certain people who just naturally have that, you're gonna stay in such a relationship. And I really I also hate how social media like demoralizes women. You know what I'm saying? I respect women. I don't ever see a need to demoralize a woman. You know what I'm saying? I respect them, and I really feel like we shouldn't like be dropping their value, man.
Yeah. So what do you think like social media actually portrays when they like demoralize women?
They portray that every woman sleeps around. They portray that every woman has multiple guys and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I really feel like and that's wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's wrong. I really feel like it's wrong because not every girl does that or is like that. And I feel like even the girls who aren't like that, they tend to become that because that's what people want. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the social media teaches people a whole lot of things. That's why I always say, if somebody wants something, make sure that it's something that you truly want. Separate from influence to what you really truly desire.
Type.
You know what I'm saying? Because there was this this guy who once said he worked hard his whole life he bought his favorite car, he bought his dream house, he had everything, kids, a wife and whatnot, till he realized that the money, the fame, the status and whatnot is really what he didn't want. It's what people made you think that you want, but you don't really want that. You know what I'm saying? And it makes me think of a Kanye West song. He was talking about a guy called Webster, and he says, what does he say about love? He says love is having a wife and children and some food to feed them every night. And I think such things are profound because it shows you the simplicity of what life should be.
You know, bro.
Life shouldn't be about what you have. It should be what you are, what you're doing, whether what you're doing is happy. It makes you happy, I mean to say. Whether what you're doing is making you happy. So I also think like people should be doing more what makes them happy. You know what I'm saying? So what do you think social media could do, man, to like stop this negative portrayal of false images, man?
First, before like going into social media, I feel like every individual should know that like whatever you see on the social media shouldn't influence what you think about yourself.
Man.
How you view your situation, and just like embrace every moment you have. Life is that short.
I really feel like even with me, I'll be open and honest and say the reason I speak of women and it's demoralizing them. Social media kind of in a way influenced how there's this thing, man, that like us as a generation, we should stop doing is having types, bruh. Like, bruh, like we should stop that thing, bruh, because it's not gonna get us anywhere. You know? You could meet a woman that truly, truly, truly loves you, man. She loves everything about you. Everything about you is amazing. She's like truly just obsessed with you. But for the fact that she's not light skinned, you're not satisfied.
Yeah, true.
This thing, it should stop, bro. You know what I'm saying?
So right now it's like a matter of preferences over like love.
Yeah, man. It's what you am I with what I want, or am I with who I need? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For me, that's why previously we were talking about whether personality matters more than looks. Yeah. And I did say yes. Personality matters. You know what I'm saying? If I have someone whom I can build with in life and move forward with them, it's a matter of like, I know that I'll always be happy. I have someone to take care of me and someone to take care of too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because at the end of the day, bro, like, you know, we're all here for a reason, and you don't want to be with a person because of how they look, but how they make you feel, man.
Yeah.
And I feel like for most men, it's tough to adjust to that, because we all know that women fall in love with what they hear, and men fall in love with what they love.
Yeah.
No, man, what they see, what
man.
What they see.
Yeah.
What we see is what attracts us to a person. Yeah. So now, if you're hearing me go, nah, man, looks shouldn't, you know. But like, there are times where you get to know a person, and you see that, even though she's hot and everything, she's not really what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. She's not what I'm looking for, man. And it really becomes difficult for us to differentiate what's a wife and what's a bride. You know?
That's deep.
You know, some women just love the spotlight, man. They love the wedding day, man. After the wedding, I'm not happy. You know, they love the attention. They love all the nice stuff.
Posting.
You know what I'm saying, bro? And I also feel like, yo, man, you just said something that's very important. Posting, man. Yo, posting. That's one thing that a lot of us do, and we misuse it, man. You know what I'm saying? Posting. Like, some people, man, the things they post, they don't know that they're actually hurting people out there, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, some things, bruh, somebody just gets online and posts that umtana bantu is a 2. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
how can you post something like that, man?
That's why I don't really like rating people, bro.
I don't like doing that.
Who am I to like rate someone else, bro?
Who like
nah.
And you know, it's tough, man, because this one social media tool that's so powerful, and we're always told this, you know, this is the thing about our generation. We laugh about everything, and it doesn't matter how serious it is. We just laugh about it, young Tola. And it's tough, because we're so used to doing these things, and they are nice. And there's a saying that goes, old habits die hard. See, if you've been doing something for too long and it's a bad habit, it's really tough for you to stop. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm forced to like believe that, you know what, man, people should start becoming comfortable in their own skin. Know you, know what you want, and know whether something is influenced by social media or that's what you truly desire. You know what I'm saying? Because the more I get in tune with my purpose, the more I start to notice that the cars don't matter. The more I start to notice that, you know, the clothing, the status, the whatnot, people looking at you, people going, that guy can dress, you know, like, it doesn't matter, man. You know, it doesn't really matter. And to us as a generation, to some people that capitalize off of that, I don't think it's gonna be easy for us to like stray away from that. You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
with some people, I may actually be happy to like look this way, dress this type of way. I feel comfortable dressing in this type of way. It makes me happy. That's what's important. But don't actually make it a way that like I wanna dress this just because I heard people in the street talking about it. Saying,
influence, bro.
This type of fit is
catching a wave.
Yeah, bro. Don't ride the wave, bro.
Catching a wave for no reason, dog. Like, that's one thing I just don't do. I don't like. I believe that people shouldn't follow trends. They should set them. I believe that the reason why there's been a huge gap of greatness, bruh, you know, there's a huge gap of greatness in terms of fashion, music. There just hasn't been like a iconic person in such a long time.
Yeah.
And I believe that's because of people are busy catching waves.
So
you know, if people could become more of themselves,
yeah,
the world would like become like explosive. If
Yeah.
people could stop caring what somebody's gonna say about this, and the people that understand that people, I don't care what they say, they use it for the wrong things.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They go sleep around and say "Angnandaba bazokhuluma anyway," you know, and
yeah,
it's wrong. You're using that mentality in the wrong place.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people. And another thing with catching the wave, there's this thing I call the blind leading the blind, man. Everybody's doing what everybody else is doing.
yeah.
If you pay attention to this, if the wave is, okay, we're all going this way, we're all gonna go this way. And if we didn't all go this way and everybody looked for their own individual path, we'd have so many great people.
And if the way we all chose to go is a dead end, then everybody's in a dead end. We're stuck there. Everyone.
If you pay attention to something, imagine, I think Nikola Tesla's the one who created the light bulb, right?
Yeah.
Imagine if he was like, nah, people like candles. What am I doing making a light bulb? Where would we be today?
Bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Imagine now. Aish, this is a sensitive one, but I'm just going to make an example anyway. Imagine if Jesus said, no, God, I want to be a rapper. I'm not going to die for people's sins.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes God gives you a path, bro. A purpose. He says, go this way. And the minute you start ignoring it, that's when your life becomes hard. There are things you do that just, they enhance your life. They make your life easier. They make your life more pleasant, more enjoyable. But the fact that so many of us are ignoring that, and we are not giving like enough attention to what we truly need deep down in our souls.
Yeah.
That's where the problem begins.
I feel like with that part being said, I feel like it's also important to like self-introspect, bro. Like take a young 10 minutes nyana. Just think to yourself, what do I really want?
Get to know yourself, man.
Yeah. What do I really want?
Self-awareness, know you.
Yeah.
You know, and it's crazy how I've encountered like females in the past whom I've asked like, what kind of person are you? They can't even answer that question.
Yeah.
And you know, I understand it's okay to be lost, but you should know that you're lost, and that's when you should know that I should be found.
Yeah.
I should try find myself.
And it's not a matter of someone should come from wherever they come from and come find you. You should find yourself.
For sure.
Nobody's gonna do that for you.
Yeah,
you
nobody's gonna
You
do that,
me?
man. There's no way. You just have to find yourself and know where you are going. Have a sense of direction in your life.
Yeah.
Know that, okay, this is the path I'm going to take. These are the things that I'm going to do.
Yeah.
So another thing I wanted us to talk about, personal values, man. Your moral compass.
Yeah.
What do you think are your like values, man? Like things that you live by. You know what I'm saying? To make an example, Vin Diesel's personal values is family comes first.
Bro. Yeah.
Family comes first. It doesn't matter how something is, what's happening, what's not happening. Family comes first. So Tyse, what is your values? What's your moral compass look like?
I might have to stand with bro there when I say family comes first. You feel me?
That's the best one.
I'm family orientated, bro.
For sure.
Like,
For sure. That I know.
Yeah, there you know.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, I know for sure.
What else can I say? Also it comes to a sense of being true to myself.
Yeah.
Like just be true to yourself.
That's a nice one there.
That's a nice one, bro.
That's a nice one.
Just be true to yourself, bro.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like take a moment to be like, okay, this and this, these are not for me. This is what I actually want.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So, yeah. I feel like those two are like my most important moral values.
Your values.
Yeah.
Well, for me, I feel like my morals and my values circulate around understanding that I'm different. You know, whenever somebody says, Yazu ungfanela, no, I just don't like that. When somebody just starts saying, wait till you look like, don't. You're swearing at God. You know?
Yeah.
There's one person whom God created to be unique, and that's yourself.
Sad,
You
bro.
may look like certain people, but you are not those people.
Yeah.
Twins may look alike, but they are not alike. You know
Just
what I'm
the
saying?
looks.
Just know that you are one. You are an individual. You came here for your own path. That's
Yeah,
one thing
bro.
I need to understand, that I'm different. I do things different. I've been different my whole life.
Yeah.
And I had to understand that that's not such a bad thing. I'm different for a reason. And another thing is following my purpose. That's one value or moral that if something doesn't go with my purpose, I remove it.
That's
know
a
what I'm
good
saying?
thing, actually. That's a
If
good
something
thing.
doesn't go with the game plan I have for life, I don't do it.
Cut, bro.
I cut it. You know what I'm saying? And what else can I say is my value? Another thing, respect before anything, man.
Yeah.
Respect. I believe in respect. Respect is mutual.
Yeah.
And it's not even something that has to be earned. You know, you don't take respect. You don't demand respect. Respect is mutual. It's just something that you're supposed to get. It's okay if you don't like me. Yet, at the least, respect me.
Yeah.
Respect me.
It is understandable that someone will come up to you and be like, bro, I don't really like you. I don't like what you do and whatnot and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's okay, bro. I mean,
sure.
it is okay not to like me, but at least respect me, bro.
Respect me, man.
bro.
You know, I respect everybody, regardless of
bro.
age, regardless of race, anything. There's nothing that will make you not respect me besides if you don't respect me.
Yeah.
That's when I don't respect you. Because everything is mutual when it comes to me. You give me this, I give you this. Reciprocation. I'm a mirror, man. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm bad to you, just know that
you've been bad to me.
You've been bad to me.
Yeah.
You know?
Just giving you what you gave me.
You gotta expect me to be good to you when you've been bad to me, man. I feel like it's kind of unfair.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, I feel like okay, I think we are going to go at the core of what Y2K is about. This is what the podcast is about, but we haven't really went into detail. And speaking of this, please tell me, Tyse, what is your understanding of emotional intelligence, man?
Well, with emotional intelligence, it's kind of a deep one, but trying to wrap my finger around it, I feel like emotional intelligence is all about like reading the room.
Yeah.
Reading people based on like what can I say? I don't know how to actually put it, but I feel like with emotional intelligence, we're just referring to like how people behave in certain situations.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us, what's your take?
My take on emotional intelligence is understanding your emotions and using them in a positively contributing manner.
Yeah.
Well, emotional intelligence is understanding how to react or how to respond in certain situations.
Yeah, type.
So, I just want to give you a scenario, and this is something that is very common in our generation, and I hate how common this thing is. My brother, let's say Andile out.
Yeah.
What's happening, my brother? How are you responding? There she is, you seeing her, and you are finding out now.
Like I'm seeing her, like maybe I'm walking down the street, I see her with that other people.
Yeah, you're finding out, my brother. Why do you have to be so specific, man? You're finding out, my brother. Why? I'm
one thing about me, bro. I'm not really a fighting person.
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
I'm a lover, not a fighter, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Treat me like what it is, bro. You feel me? So like, in certain times, I just be like, I just be like, okay, I see this. So she's actually like cheating on me. Fine.
Yeah.
Honestly, bro, I just pass.
Yeah.
I just pass.
Yeah. Hey.
Well, I wouldn't say that I'm nonchalant. I don't care, but I mean, what would like shouting at them, going to beat up a guy help, bro?
Why?
How would it help?
Why? Why would
you feel
that
me?
wouldn't help, really.
Responding in a like angry manner, I don't think it would help, bro. I don't think so.
That's very important, man.
You feel me? So
yeah, I think you answered that the best, man. That's the best response, I think.
So tell us, bro, how would you react? How would you throw the karate kick? I'm kidding.
My heart's hey, dog. Hey, I've been places and things have happened, bro. Eish.
Relate.
Eish, fine. Me, dog. Eish. Man, me, the kind of person I am, fine. Me, I just, ish. I wanna talk to her at the time, man. I wanna talk to her and understand. Like, with me, I'm a very empathetic person.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it's so common for girls to take advantage of me. I'm very empathetic, man. I believe that a monster's not born. A monster is made.
Yeah.
So if somebody starts becoming a very infidelicious person, I don't know if that's a word, but hey, hi. If somebody becomes a person who's very fond of infidelity, man, I believe that there's something that happens to that human being to make them that way.
Because experiences do shape us into the people.
Yeah, man. Oh, man. That's the best thing I've heard all day, man. Like, seriously.
Sorry.
Yeah, man. I'm not even glazing right now. I'm not even glazing, bro. Yeah. Yeah, but dog, like, for real. Aish, dog, like, I'm being honest and saying, like, I'm a very empathetic person. I'd love to talk to the person and say, hey, Mona, what's happening? Why would you even do something like this? Because if there's anything, I bother my partners, bro. I will spoil you with attention.
Attention and communication.
Bruh, I'll spoil you there. I don't think there's ever been a time where I've been cheated on and she said, you don't have time for me. I don't think so.
Never happened,
and I also
my boy.
think, like, with the kind of generation we have right now, how common that thing is in foundation. It hurts, bro, and it's crazy how normal it's becoming, and we turn it into a joke. That's the thing. That's the thing about our generation. We think everything is funny.
Everything has been laughed.
Can't take anything serious, bro. Like, and I'm asking myself, what kind of uncles are we gonna be, man? What are lobola negotiations gonna look like in future, man? Children's names, bro. That's kadibona kaofela. Mabitso abana. Children's names, bro.
Would you like to give us an example?
Bo session vilakazi. Savannah Dlamini. Like now wana ke
Kop mazibu.
Mfethu lungusumhlaba uyabheda. Like brother. So, like bro, like 2000s, like guys, let's be honest, man. Let's be honest with ourselves. Let's wake up, man, and start thinking and reflecting on the type of choices we make. You know what I'm saying, bro? You know what I'm saying? And the previous era, there were a lot of fathers that didn't want to take responsibility for their children. And with how we are now as gents, personally, I feel like I don't see that statistic going down, man.
And I kind of feel like as a gent, bro, like, let's say you're growing up you're growing up like without a dad, right? You're growing up,
yeah, man.
Single mother raising you with those other family members, right? So if like you've actually felt the struggle of like growing up without a father, why would you want your child to grow to be the same, bro?
On your daughter,
bro?
Why?
Like why, bro?
Me, guys, I just wanna say the only thing I grew up without that I wish I didn't was, guys, purple plum would have, I grew up without this, now I know it. Guys, you should go grab yourself a snack, go to Purple Plum Food Hub, guys. It's very nice there. You can look it up before you go there. Hey, the things you'll see. But be warned, the pictures will make you hungry. So, but we're not there. We're having a serious conversation. Okay, yeah. But how things are currently with our generation, and I feel like there's a lot that we have to work on, man. And
yeah,
we can't be umhlaba suthola ubheda asu-motionless, asuqedelele. I can't have that kind of mentality, man. Like, there's proper ways of doing things, and I think the common misconception in black people is once you do something right, your life is boring.
Yeah.
Life doesn't have to be boring for you to do something right.
you know, one of the bros in the morning posted like a feature quote. He was like, if people start telling you that nah, your life is boring, then it actually means you are living right.
You're living the right life, dog. You're making the right choices.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I always tell people to do this. How you're living currently, would you love to see your son or daughter in future living that way?
Yeah.
Like, sit down with yourself and think, oh, okay, if this was my child and they are living exactly how I am living currently,
would that be beneficial?
Would that be beneficial, man? You know what I'm saying? And another thing, it's a matter of us as a generation, man. We need to start making positive choices, man. We need to start reflecting on the choices that we've previously made and make sure that we don't repeat them.
Yeah, bro.
And stop thinking that mistakes are things that are done deliberately. No. Guys, mistake is me something sour. That's a mistake because I did not intentionally want that to happen. So now if you're going to cognizantly do something, you go cheat maybe. You say, baby, it was a mistake.
It wasn't a mistake when I didn't know. It wasn't a mistake when you didn't find out. But the minute you find out
it's a mistake, man, and it's a problem. This thing is a problem, guys. It's a serious problem. And I feel like today we're touching the right things now. We are
even though the examples I'm drawing, but okay.
Yeah, right. But it's okay. I feel like also in our generation, we draw too much. Oh, I am fine. I don't know how, what age did you start dating, Tyse, man? Me guys crash, I'll be honest. I'm bar, badada,
Yeah. Bro, with me I started dating grade 4, bro. Imagine that, how early that
me guys, my first serious relationship was in grade
8.
Yeah, grade 8.
Of course, bro.
So when I was like, yeah, I'm invested now. I'm
grown now. You feel like you're there, I'm grown.
Yeah, bro. It's that kind of thing. So
yeah.
I also feel like, that's a choice that we're supposed to ask ourselves, man. Where do we start at the necessary times? Do we do things at the right time? Do we make the right choices at the right time? Because I really feel like also the time the time we start doing certain things, it also determines what our life is gonna look like. Yeah. Because I feel like I've seen so many people previously, man, and I hear these stories all the time, how early people go to groove.
Bro,
I'm 18 turning 19. I haven't been there. I don't think I ever will be, unless I'm working, unless I'm getting paid to be there. For sure I will. There I know.
If it's work related, then
yeah, for sure. If it's work related, I have to be there. But I don't think that's a place for me to go. And I was hearing this other child saying, "I be grade 7." That was the first time I was like, yeah,
bro, grade 7.
You know what I'm saying? It's man. I feel like there's so many things that we are exposed to at a very tender age.
Yeah.
And it really makes our life fast paced.
Yeah, bro. Because bro, it's actually skipping stages.
Yeah, man.
Because think that a grade 7, 13-year-old. What were you doing, bro?
What are you doing there?
Let me ask you, bro. What were you doing when you were 13, bro?
What was I was watching a regular show, my brother.
Bro. Those were the days.
Yeah, those were the days.
Yeah, bro.
When Dragon Ball Z plays at 5. When Messi was Messi and Ronaldo was Ronaldo.
Bro.
Those
were the things, bro.
Those were the things.
Nowadays,
and I loved wrestling, bro. At that time, dog, John Cena was still John Cena, bro. At that time, dog, I'm telling you, dog. So, with me, man, it's I want us to go into another thing, which I think it's what ends a lot of relationships currently.
What?
Communication. Do you think you're an effective communicator in all circles of life, in your relationships, all of them?
Well, I wouldn't say all of them. I can't lie. I'm gonna be honest to myself.
Yeah.
Not all of them.
Yeah.
But I do wish that when I encounter problems with people in certain relationships, we can actually sit down, discuss them, and discuss way forwards. Like, what are we gonna do to solve this? How are we gonna solve this?
Yeah.
Instead of like biting each other's heads off, just
sit
down and think of solutions, bro.
Yeah.
You know,
I really feel like in all aspects of my life, I am an effective communicator.
How so,
and that is if you give me the proper chance to communicate.
Yeah.
If you give me the proper chance to everybody knows where they stand with me. I am really sure about that. I can defend it like 10 toes down.
Yeah.
Everybody knows where they stand with me. And whenever somebody does something, they know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
And I really feel like that's one thing. A lot of us, some people we understand, man, they can't explain stuff, you know.
Yeah.
They're not good with their words or whatnot. But there was this female I was once I could say, I don't know what I should call it, but we were like involved with each other. You know what I'm saying? She couldn't like really like look me in the eyes and like explain things to me. So she chose to like text me or write things down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like find a way to communicate with your partner and tell them, hey Mona, like what you did here, I feel this way about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because
bro.
With communication, man, I feel like, and another thing, it's your form of communication.
Yeah,
it's your form of you can't be shouting at me. You cannot be shouting at me and expect me to just stand there, you know, and say, no, this is how we communicate. We shout at each other.
Have a calm conversation.
Like, that's when I see that you are truly intelligent. If we can go back and forth at a very calm tone, and we are discussing something very like heated, like it's a heated conversation, like,
but
we want to slap each other, but we're just like so calm and having that conversation.
That's how you like actually scale maturity,
bro. Like, that's when you see that, you know what, I can't be shouting. You shouting doesn't help me like hear you better. And I feel like also with how parents do it too, it's very important. I'm saying, let's not talk about like us as a generation being the problem. Parents too, like,
they also can.
There are forms of communication sometimes. It's not make sure.
I mean, bro, I feel like they also weren't taught the right way.
Okay. I was talking about effective communication, man, and whether do you comprehend what someone be saying, man.
Yeah.
You know, comprehension is a very, very, very important aspect of communication.
Yeah,
you need to comprehend and understand what your partner is trying to tell you, or what a person is trying to tell you at that point in time, because communication isn't only used in relationships only, like romantic relationships, like also like your family, friendships, your friends, bro. Like, communication is very important, you know. So I also like would like us to get into a very, 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 very interesting topic, which is the role of failure. The role of failure, man. To some people, when you say failure,
that's a deep one, my boy.
Yeah. You know, and I feel like, you know, with failure, I love failure.
Yeah.
I don't want to lie. I failed a lot in my life. I failed at a lot of things. And I take failure as the best teacher. Failure can teach you a lot about yourself, about what you do, about a lot, man.
Failure can teach you about a lot, bro. Because, I mean, if you fail to do something, bro, you'll try a different way of doing it, and you'll actually accomplish it, bro.
Because, you know, I feel like there was this thing, man. I use fear and failure to succeed in whatever I'm doing.
How so, my brother?
I ask myself the question, what do I fear more? Do I fear to win, or do I fear to fail? I don't want to fail, man. You know what I'm saying? Bro. That's what pushes me, that I don't want to fail. Yet failure is very necessary within the process of becoming who you are and what you do. You know, and there was this thing, Michael Jordan, there was this video I saw on TikTok of him. He said something very important. He said something like he was counted on to take the game-winning shot 26 times and missed. He's missed over 3,000 shots his whole career. So if a person And he couldn't, like, Michael Jordan, being Michael Jordan, couldn't even qualify for the high school basketball team.
Imagine, bro.
So if someone like Michael Jordan has failed that much in his life and has failed at those many things, imagine you have to win the game, to win the championships, and you miss, and your teammates count on you. It's like Ronaldo missing a penalty to win the Euro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro.
It hurts, yet I swear to God, once you fail once, you'll make sure that doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
If you fail and learn in that aspect,
yeah,
you will make sure.
It's also important to learn from your failures.
Yeah,
bro.
you must learn.
Don't
man.
just fail.
Don't
like,
just fail. I'm failing.
Fail, reflect, then come up with a better strategy, bro. Because I mean, bro, going back to the example you just made.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan. He didn't make the basketball team.
Yeah.
He failed to get in.
Yeah.
Meaning there were people better than him, right?
Yeah, at the time.
Yeah, at the time.
Look at him now, man.
Yeah,
like he has a
bro.
whole shoe company.
That just shows, bro, how much like it's not actually impossible to succeed.
It
bro.
takes determination.
Yeah,
a
bro.
whole lot of it.
Yeah,
you
bro.
have to be determined, and you know, with me, I understand people saying I want intelligence in a woman. Yeah, someone who's smart.
Yeah.
You understand what smartness is, man? Do you think you understand when somebody says I want a woman?
And bro, I mean, it's not even like a matter of I want a woman who's smart.
Yeah.
Smart in what aspect, bro?
In what
Because
aspect?
you can be smart educationally, but in other aspects you're just not really that smart. You feel me? So, yeah, bro.
Clearly.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like when somebody says I want somebody who's smart, I really feel like when I say I want somebody who's smart, I want somebody who's driven, bro. You have to be driven, and you have to, you know, I have this thing where I panic. I don't have to panic, but I panic in terms of I sleep every day and I don't have that billion in my bank account.
Ish, bro.
Every day I sleep a millionaire,
Neil, my brother.
or 1,000 year.
Ish.
You know, when days are good, guys.
Ish.
You know, when the days are not dark,
Ish.
I sleep 1,000 year. But
and the
guys,
friends are not few.
and the friends are not few. When you
Because
sleep
I'm there
1,000
telling your
year,
man.
hey, my brother, hey, things that happen in life. But in like how people choose to do this thing, man. It's
Yeah.
very important that you need to understand where you are going in life
Yeah, bro.
and where you have to be.
Know what you want.
Know what you want, be driven, understand that failure is nothing but a propeller.
Yeah, bro.
You know, because I also had one of the hugest fails at the beginning of the year,
Yeah.
and when that happened to me, I have to say it changed me
Yeah, bro.
into a beast. It changed me to something else.
Just shows how much failure can like boost a person's drive.
Yeah.
How it can actually
Yeah.
change you for the better, bro. Because that's when you start replanning. You're like, okay, this didn't work. I have to modify here and here and there.
Yeah.
Then you execute, bro.
And I also want to say to the people, like, guys, it's already May.
Yeah.
We're heading on to the next month. At the start of 2025, you said there were things you're going to start.
Have you started?
Have you started? Are you pushing? Are you pushing towards them?
Are you working towards them?
What are you doing? You know, ask yourself in that list of things that you said you're going to accomplish in 2025.
How far are you, bro?
How far are you on that list?
Yeah.
What have you accomplished so far?
I feel like that's very important, bro, because with many people, I've also actually experienced this. So let me not reference it to the people. Let me come back to myself.
Yourself, yeah.
Yeah.
That's very important.
There were times where I'd be like, okay, this year I wanna start this, I wanna do this, I wanna do this.
Mm-hmm.
Then through the year I'm not doing those.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's actually self-sabotage, bro.
Yeah, man. In the
Because
biggest form.
You know this is what you want. This
In the biggest
this
form.
will actually make you happy, but why is still slacking off?
Yeah, because I feel like self-sabotage is what is impoverishing our community.
Yeah.
It's what is still impoverishing us. We are not where we are because we don't know. We are where we are because we keep sabotaging ourselves.
Yeah, bro. Don't say this is not for me because I'm not enough for it, bro. Yeah, you have so much potential.
Push through it, man. Push through it. Because, this is what I always tell people, that at the beginning of the year, like, I was rejected by varsity, of course.
Yeah.
Everybody knows.
Yeah.
I'm a varsity reject, but when I said I have a list of things I'm going to accomplish in 2025, I accomplished most of them.
Yeah. And some are already in motion.
They're already in motion. They're moving. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
bro.
I promised myself that, hey, I'm going to get me a nice learning facility to substitute the varsity I wanted to go to.
Yeah.
Check, and I'm going to be a part of something that I'm going to build with a couple of people.
Y2KAY.
Check,
Type.
There's a lot, man. There's a lot on that list that I still haven't accomplished, yet I am 2 things down.
Yeah, bro.
And I am going to accomplish more. There's nothing like saying that you're going to do something and then you actually do it.
And it's like dominoes, bro. You feel me?
Because once you start dropping,
bro,
everything
falls drops
into
bro.
place.
Yeah.
So all I want to tell
Get
to
to
the
it.
people is tap in.
Lock in, bro.
It's already May, bruh.
We're already halfway through the year.
You'll see a few weeks from now. Happy 2026, bro. What have you accomplished? You know what I'm saying?
So ask yourself this every time, like, you don't actually think of locking in.
Yeah.
Imagine a scenario whereby, like, it's the end of the year, fireworks everywhere,
Yeah, and you're thinking
the kasi culture, bro.
See, not us who don't have midnight kissers.
Bro, why did you have to go there? Now you're gonna depress me.
It's honest now. Now I'm being honest. I'm telling the truth.
Bruh. But yeah. You see now.
Yeah,
but anyway, bro. At that moment, when you reflect, like, the year you've had, do you think you'll actually be proud to say, last year I set these goals for me and I didn't accomplish none? Would you actually be proud?
I won't be proud.
Exactly, bro. So, like, anytime you like lazy, slacking off, bro, think of
even
that.
Even now, I'm still not happy with the 2 that I accomplished.
Yeah, bro.
I'm still not happy
because you're still hungry for more, bro.
I understand something that never have enough, man.
Yeah.
I'm not saying people should be greedy or whatnot, but when it comes to accomplishing and reaching your goals, you should never say, "Yeah, I know, I worked." You know what I'm saying?
Just by doing one thing,
consolation, and you're like, "Yeah, now I'm fine."
Yeah.
There's always room for improvement.
Always.
And within doing, that's the thing about people who Drake said this. He said, every time he drops an album, people will be like, "Oh, Drake, how you did this? That was so amazing." And he looks for things to improve and to do things better. It's like this one comedian that said, "If I say something that I did not intend to be funny, and there's somebody in the room who found it funny, I ask myself why." You know what I'm saying? Why was that funny to that person? And how can I keep doing that? Because his common goal is to make people laugh.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's that kind of thing that, like, people need to understand that you should know on, like, even if you accomplish something, there's always room for improvement, and there's always ways to, like, move on to the next. Always ask yourself what's next. You know what I'm saying? So besides that, I wanna ask I want us to two last questions. It's what are you grateful for? And besides what you're grateful for, what do you want to be remembered as? I know when I ask some people like that question, they're like, "Hey, bruh, I'm not dying tomorrow. Like, so are you asking me that?" You know what I'm saying? But, like, I just want to know at the core of Tyse, what lies there in your heart that you're grateful for?
First of all, I'm still grateful for life. I'm still grateful that God has still kept me in this world till today.
Sure.
You feel me?
Yeah.
That's first. I'm grateful for, like, the experiences I've had. They've shaped me into the person I am.
For sure.
I'm grateful to the family I have.
Yeah.
They have shaped me also.
It's okay. I understand. I support that.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. You feel me? So, like, I feel like those are the things I'm grateful for because they've shaped me into the person I am, bro.
For sure.
I wouldn't be this person. Imagine if, like, I had a different background, different experiences, what person would I be?
What person would you be?
Yeah.
I feel like to answer the question before we go into what do you want to be remembered as, what am I grateful for? Hey, I'm grateful for the tools of survival that God has given me, which is my voice, my ability to entertain people. Because that's what makes me me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro.
Another thing I'm grateful for my family. You know, for all. First time in a long time I can say that. You know, they annoy me sometimes and get on my nerves, but hey, it is what it is. I'm grateful for them.
Yeah.
You know, I'm grateful for this. Most importantly, this.
Yeah.
You know,
we're grateful.
I'm super grateful for this. You know what I'm saying? Because at some point, I have to look back and say I was praying to be where I am now, doing what I'm doing currently, and now I am.
What there,
that.
bro?
You know what? Hey, you know what I'm saying? You know what? Hey, it's just that like certain people don't know it yet, but we're there, man. You know what I'm saying? Another thing I'd like to say I'm grateful for. Another thing, man. I'm grateful to be God's favorite, man.
Yeah.
I'm God's favorite child. I don't want to lie. I always gloat about that. I'm like, hey, don't mess with God's favorite child. I'm not saying that everybody else in the world is not God's favorite child, but hey, according to my knowledge, I am. I'm grateful for that too. And
POV, boy.
Yeah. So I think that's most of the stuff that I'm grateful. I'm grateful for life too. You know what I'm saying? I'm grateful for life. And I'm grateful for y'all guys. Yeah.
Shout out to the
for
producer,
sure.
bro.
Yeah, shout out to the producer.
Shout out.
Yeah.
So
what do you want to be remembered as?
Honestly, bro. I don't know, bro. I can't.
Let me start. Maybe it'll give you some sort of idea.
Enlightenment. Yeah.
I want to be remembered as, man, a person, a trendsetter, bro. One thing's for sure. I want to be remembered. But me, like, I made a promise to myself that the day that I die, generations won't play because I'm dead, bro.
Yeah, bro.
There'll be advertisements about me, bro. On TV that I'm dead, bro.
On the news, my bro.
On the news, dog. Like, the
all
whole
languages,
time,
my boy.
all language, all over the world, even to people that don't know me, I will make sure that they know that I'm gone, because I'll come back after 1,000 years. But
that's how big the vision is.
Yeah, man.
That's how big the vision is.
It's that kind of thing, you know what I'm saying? But another thing, what do I want to be remembered as? As a person who lived true to himself.
Yeah.
True to myself. That's one thing, that's for sure.
Yeah.
True to myself.
Yeah.
I was very true to myself, and I'm very grateful for that. And hey, I want to be remembered as a person who was doing that. And what else? I don't think there's any. Okay. But the greatest that ever lived. That's the last one. Yeah. I want to be remembered as that. Yeah. What do you want to be remembered for?
I feel like I finna be remembered for as like the humble guy.
The humble guy.
Modest, very modest.
The president.
Oh, you feel me?
You always be the president to me. Yeah.
Yo, my bro.
Yeah.
I finna be remembered as the humble, modest guy who actually like worked so hard, hard worker, who always like works hard to achieve what he really wants, bro.
Yeah.
Who always does like the most to make sure that he's happy. And you know, the family-oriented guy.
Yeah,
as always.
Yeah,
bro.
as always.
Yo, yeah, bro.
Yeah. Guys, thank you for the support. Thank you for watching our previous episodes. We always try our best to make sure that we get this done, things are done properly, and we can give you the best of the best. Guys,
because
another time, like People Plum, guys. People Plum Food Hub, guys. You must go there. You know what I'm saying? You must go there and get yourself a plate there, you know.
Numbers will be in the description.
Yeah, as you can see, Marao, you can see this one, man. This is People Plum we're talking about here. But yeah, guys, please do follow, share, like, subscribe. Come on, guys. We need the support. We need you guys. We are doing this for you, for us, for everybody. So yeah, guys, and I'm also on the market, but we're not there, guys. Yeah, guys, but no, guys, see you next time, guys. Yeah, out from us, yeah.
Shout out.